To the untrained eye, women can appear to be very strange in the way that they behave and think and take action in life, especially when it comes to sex, dating, and relationships, right? And don't feel bad about not knowing what I'm about to tell you now, these 7 strange things about women, because most guys don't know them. Even the famous psychologist Sigmund Freud went to his grave still not knowing what women want. He was quoted as saying, "The great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, despite my 30 years of research into the feminine soul, is what does a woman want?" So if someone of that level of intelligence in terms of psychology doesn't know what women want, don't feel bad about not knowing what I'm about to tell you now. Right? So let's kick into it. 7 strange things about women. 1, they would rather miss out on being with you than have to lead you. You know, Ben from The Modern Man, one thing he pointed out early on when we started really researching and looking into women and how they think and behave and things like that was he noticed that even if a girl really likes a guy, she'd rather miss out on the opportunity to be with him and to be in love with him, to be in a relationship and potentially get married, than actually have to lead him. She doesn't want to be in the position where she has to say to him, "Hey, I like you, let's go out on a date." She doesn't want to do that because, why? It puts her into the masculine position. She's the one leading you. You know, she wants to be led through the courtship. Now, that, to some guys, they'll see that as strange, right? To the untrained eye, they'll be like, "She likes me, why does she play games like this? Why is she pretending not to like me? Why is she not doing anything about it? Right? Why isn't she telling me that she likes me? Why didn't she tell me that she wants to go on a date? Why didn't she try to kiss me?" You know, but to a guy like myself who understands women, I know that women don't want to be feeling and behaving and acting like a man. You know, they want to feel as though you are sweeping them off their feet. You know, the woman wants to feel as though you are the masculine one. She can relax into your masculine direction. You know, a big part of making a woman feel sexually attracted to you is making her feel girly in response to your masculinity. If you take that away from her and you expect her to behave like a guy, you know, and just be really straightforward and logical about it, then she's not going to be feeling like a woman. You know, if you expect her to say, "Hey, look, you know, you and I like each other, so let's go out on a date, and after the date we'll go back and have sex." You know, it's not like that at all. She wants to see the guy's confidence. She wants to be able to experience that. And, you know, you have the confidence and masculinity to guide her through the process of a sexual courtship. You're the one that can actually make a move. She can respond to your masculinity. You know, because when it comes to the sexual act, it is her opening up to you. It is you penetrating her. You're the masculine one. She's the feminine one, right? You're penetrating her. She's surrendering to you. She's opening up to you. She's submitting to you, right? And women want to feel that during sex just as much as they want to feel that in the early phases of a dating relationship, in you know, the start of a courtship. The next one, they want to be approached but behave as though they don't. You know, have you ever seen women standing around in a bar or a nightclub and they've gone to so much effort to look good? You know, they've spent 2 hours in the bathroom and picking out their outfit, putting on makeup, doing their hair, you know, changing their shoes 5 times, and they finally get their outfit right and they feel like they look good, and they're hoping that they're going to be able to get approached by a really confident guy and find themselves a boyfriend or a lover, and then they go out and they sort of behave as though they don't even want to be approached. It's like, you know, like that sort of thing, and they're just giving out that vibe of, "We're just too good for all of you," sort of thing like that. Right, well, the thing is, these women actually do want to be approached. And to the untrained eye, a guy will look at that and think, "Look, what's wrong with these girls? Why are they so up themselves? Why are they behaving like bitches?" You know, but that's not what they're doing at all. Right? What they're doing is they're trying to screen out the weak guys, the wimpy guys, the guys who are going to be afraid of that. Because those sorts of women that you see who look like they don't want to be approached, they don't seem very approachable, they don't seem very friendly and open to the crowd, they want a very confident masculine guy who's stronger than them mentally and emotionally. Right? They don't want some sort of, "Oh, excuse me, girls, just wondering if I can talk to you," sort of thing, and like, who's this guy? How's she going to surrender to him? How's she going to submit to him? How's she going to open herself up and feel like she's being dominated by a more masculine, powerful force? It's not going to happen. Okay, the next one. They say that they want a nice guy, but it isn't what they really want. No doubt you would have heard women say, I just want a nice guy, and I want a guy who cares and listens and is sweet and all that sort of stuff. And you would have heard women referring to guys that they like as being a nice guy. He's such a nice guy, he's so sweet. But you might have also heard that nice guys finish last with women, and that women don't like nice guys and all that sort of stuff. So what's the real story here? When a woman says that she wants a nice guy, what she's actually saying is that she wants a guy that she's attracted to who's also nice. The things that make women attracted to you are things like your confidence, your masculinity, how you think and behave and take action, your ability to make her feel girly around you, your social intelligence, your ability to get along with other people, your ability to get along with her friends and things like that, and giving her that feeling of that she'd be proud to introduce you to her family, and just your overall personality. In the media you'll hear that it's all about looks and having a six-pack and all that sort of stuff, but as you would have seen when you look around in the real world, most guys that you see with a beautiful woman on their arm, with a nice girlfriend, a nice wife, they're just ordinary looking guys. If it was about being a male model having a six-pack, then 99% of guys wouldn't have a girlfriend or a wife. So in terms of what women want when they say they want a nice guy, is a guy that they're attracted to who's also nice to them, is a good guy. To the untrained eye, it'll look very strange. It's like, why are women saying that they want a nice guy and then they hook up with some bad boy or a jerk? The bad boy or the jerk is not the ideal option for a woman, but she's getting with him and she's hooking up with him because he's making her feel attraction. The ideal option for a woman is a good guy who's also confident and masculine, moving forward in life, he's socially intelligent, things like that. That's the ideal type of guy. But when those sort of guys aren't available, they usually aren't because they're usually taken, women just go for a jerk or a bad boy so they can feel that feeling of attraction. The same applies to a guy, right? When you're thinking about women that you want, you most likely say, I want a nice girl who's pretty, girl next door, down to earth, intelligent, easygoing, loving, caring, loyal, those sort of traits. But what do you do when you look at porn sites, right? Are you going, oh, who's the nice, caring, down-to-earth girls? No, you're not looking at that. You're looking at what turns you on, and you're looking at the very sexy women. When you go to a strip club, are you looking at her going, oh, well, no, I'm not going to feel attraction for her because she's a bit naughty and wouldn't be very loyal, and that's what, or she's not very intelligent? You're not going to be thinking that. You're going to be reacting to your feeling of attraction, and you're going to want to have sex with her. The same applies to women. They react to jerks and bad boys with attraction because the jerks and bad boys are usually very confident and masculine. It doesn't mean that they're the perfect option for the woman, but they're confident and masculine, so the woman feels attraction, she goes with it. Okay, the next one. They say that they want a good-looking guy, but then they date, have sex, and marry average or below average or even ugly men. A lot of guys go through the world and they see a beautiful woman with an ugly guy or an unattractive guy or a below average looking guy or a guy like myself with small beady eyes and a bent nose and little mouth, and and they think, how did he get her? What's going on there? Why is she with him? What am I lacking that he's got? What's going on there? To the untrained eye, that can seem very strange, because you hear in the media that it's all about being good looking, tall, having a sports car, being a doctor or a lawyer, being, super rich, having big muscles, a six-pack abs, what else? A 15-inch penis. You've got to have everything and then girls will like you. But that's not how it works at all. Women respond with attraction to guys who are confident and masculine and who get along with them and make them feel like a girl, make them feel feminine. I'm not talking about disrespecting a woman and making her feel like she's she's not a mature woman or whatever. I'm talking about making her feel girly, in response to your masculinity. Right, so when you see these other guys who are with the beautiful women and they don't look like a cookie cutter sort of male model, they're not tall, they're not in shape or anything like that, and you're wondering why women are getting with them, it's not because the world's gone crazy and everyone else is wrong and you're right. It's all about being good looking and things like that. It's not, right? It's just that she's feeling attraction for this guy for various reasons, and then she would also like his personality, and they would connect and they would get along and they'd be compatible in various ways. Some of the guys that you see who have beautiful women and they don't look like much. Okay, some of those guys got a lot of money, got a big penis, they got an amazing car, They can make her famous or whatever, but that's a very small percentage of guys out there, right? The majority of guys are just average guys, below average, sitting in that sort of range, but they've got those sort of women because women respond to different things. They'll say superficially, oh, I want a good looking guy, but then a guy comes along who's not good looking and he's confident, he's masculine, he's alpha, and he makes her feel all feminine, and then he just goes through the flow of a sexual courtship. He escalates to kissing and sex with her right then and there, that day or night, or over a series of dates, and then she's with him, she marries him, she loves him for life. Women are mostly attracted to a man's confidence, his masculinity, his social intelligence, his personality, but really fundamentally at the primal level, women are mostly attracted to a man's ability to help her survive, to help her feel protected, to be safe. For most of human history, men had to protect women, and women were very vulnerable to being attacked, raped, killed. They weren't able to fend for themselves and things like that, and they needed a man to help them to survive and provide food and shelter and things like that. Even though that has changed these days and women are able to make their own money and all that sort of stuff, and there's police and there's the media and things like that, women still have the instinct of attraction for a man who they feel will help them survive. For us, as men, we feel the instinct of attraction for women who are beautiful, who have youthful appearance, and who will be able to create beautiful, good-looking, healthy offspring that will then be able to survive well and be able to procreate themselves. That's the deeper stuff going on there. So when you see a man who doesn't look good looking, he looks overweight, or he's skinny, or he's weird looking, and he's got a beautiful woman, it's because she's feeling attraction for him for the more fundamental reasons. It's not, what you hear in the media of it's all about being tall, dark, and handsome, or tall, white, and handsome, and having six-pack abs and, big muscles and all that sort of stuff. Okay, the next one. They say that they want a confident guy, but then they tease you if you behave too confidently. To the untrained eye, this is very strange and weird. Women are saying that they want a confident guy. Women are attracted to confident men. But then when men behave too confidently and they have that self-belief in themselves, women tease them and attack them for that. It's like, oh, look at you, you think you're so good. They're giving them that sort of thing. Why? It's not weird or strange. It's just women testing the guy's confidence. Now, if the guy buckles under pressure and he starts saying, oh, well, I was just joking sort of thing, and starts trying to apologize for being confident and things like that, then women know, okay, he's not that confident. He doesn't believe in himself, right? But if women start saying, trying to attack his confidence, tease him, and he just he stays calm and cool and collected, he's like, yeah, you love it, sort of thing. It's like, yeah, well, I guess I'm confident. I guess that's the way it goes. And he throws that sort of stuff back, then women are going to be more attracted to him because he's displaying more confidence, right? So to the untrained eye, it can be very strange that women do that. It's like, why are they putting me down when I'm being confident? Well, they're trying to feel more attraction for you, all right? They're not mean, evil, bad-spirited beings. They're just trying to feel attraction, right? So when women try to attack your confidence and pick at it, if you come back with more confidence, they love you even more. They feel more attracted to you. Okay, the next one. They behave as though they're too beautiful for a guy like you, but they're actually insecure about their looks. Something that's really surprising to a lot of guys is that most women don't think that they're beautiful. And the research that was done with this, I can talk about my own experience, but I'll talk about an external bit of research, and that is the Dove Cosmetics Global Survey. They did a survey of many, many women, and they found that 96% of women don't consider themselves to be beautiful. So when you're out there meeting women, if you're interacting with women, she'll behave as though she's so beautiful and too good for you. But guess what? Deep down, inside, she's actually thinking that she's not very beautiful, and she's insecure about her looks, right? Because 96% of women think that way. And that's, from a massive survey, and from my experience meeting a lot of attractive women, I say the same thing. It's funny because the attractive women that I know, including my girlfriend, they'll talk about other women being, attractive or ugly or whatever. But when you actually question them and ask them what they think about themselves, and they'll say, oh, I don't like my ears, I don't like my nose, it makes me look unattractive. If I only had a better nose, then I'd be really beautiful. It's like, man, and like you look at the woman and she's beautiful. Like she just makes you feel that attraction. But that's just what women are going through. So to the untrained eye, a guy will look at a beautiful woman and she'll be behaving as though she's too good for him, but she's actually very insecure about her looks. So her behavior isn't strange. What's actually going on is she's trying to overcompensate for her insecurity. She's trying to behave very confident to cover up how insecure she actually is. Okay, and finally, they pretend to be offended when a guy shows sexual interest, but they actually need it. What a lot of guys don't realize, which sort of relates to the previous one, is that most women are insecure about their attractiveness. So when you see the movies, like Hollywood movies and TV dramas and TV sitcoms and things like that, and even music videos, you'll see a guy showing sexual interest in a woman, and what will happen to him? All right, if the producers are trying to do something funny, the guy will get slapped, he'll get pushed by the woman, he'll get a drink tipped over his head, and the woman will be really shocked and angry that he showed sexual interest. But what's actually going on there is that is for entertainment purposes. It's not reality. In the real world, a woman actually needs you to show your sexual interest in her to then get turned on and open herself up to having sex with you. In most cases, pretty much all cases, you come across some women who are just sexual and they're open and they're right into it right away, regardless of what's going on. But most women, you actually have to show them that you're sexually interested in them, and then they get excited and they open up and they feel like, oh, cool, I feel this guy is really attracted to me, I feel really sexy, and then they start getting into that mode of thinking around you. So for a lot of guys, when they see women being offended and behaving as though they're shocked and offended when a guy shows sexual interest, they'll see that as strange. And they'll start to think, well, hang on, do women not like sex as much as men? Is she going to be doing me a favor by me, having sex with me? That's not it at all. What it usually is a test of your confidence, a test of your masculinity. If she can dominate you and throw you off your game, throw you off your feeling confident just by reacting like that sort of thing. If you say something sexual to her, or if you look at her cleavage and she says, oh, my eyes are up here, if you sort of, oh, no, I wasn't looking sort of thing, and you apologize for it, or you get all weird and nervous and tense about it, then she's dominated you, and that's a turn off for her sexually. The right way to respond if you're talking to a woman and she says, my eyes are up here sort of thing, is to say, yeah, your eyes are beautiful, but hey, that looks good too. Actually, this looks better. I like this better. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed this video and you've learned that some of the strange things about women aren't so strange after all, right? They behave in certain ways for certain reasons. Women are not crazy and stupid and for doing what they do. They're just doing it because they're trying to find the right sort of guy for them. They're trying to feel the right level of attraction, and they're trying to feel feminine around a guy. They don't want to feel like a masculine woman. They don't want to lead a guy. They don't want to accept a guy who feels weaker than them. They want to feel like they've found a man who is stronger than them mentally and emotionally. And if you can offer that to women, success with women, it's going to be very simple and easy for you.